I'm joined by MSP Patrick Harvie, convener of Holyrood's Transport Committee and a Scottish Green. Patrick Harvie, your committee has called the Minister to answer some questions. What questions do you want answered that you haven't already heard the answers to today?
Well, where do I start? We want to know virtually everything because we have virtually nothing. We just heard from Stuart Stevenson some frankly quite bizarre answers to your questions, and we'll try re-putting those questions to see if he can spend some time coming up with answers.
Specifically, what's bizarre?
Well, you asked questions about how much it would cost if the decision had been delayed, even until we had the Audit Scotland report, and he wasn't able to give a clear answer to that. So we'll be wanting to hear that. We also heard in your clip the First Minister talking about how they'd informed Parliament. Well, do you know how much information they gave us when they informed Parliament? 3 paragraphs, 15 lines in a letter, in what is a very complex decision.
But they say, now he said that he had a very good, tough deal. And if he can save taxpayers' money by getting that deal in place early, surely he's got to do that. He's got to get that in as soon as possible.
It might be a good deal, but no one else has any basis on which to judge it. They've slipped this out during a parliamentary recess. Well, my concern is that this is not just setting, but continuing a very bad trend. Last year, my committee had to throw a strop in order to persuade the government's transport agency even to come and sit at our committee table and answer some questions.
For which the Minister apologised today and said it wouldn't happen on his watch.
But it did happen in the first place, and now we've seen a very important, very complex decision slipped out during a parliamentary recess, so we couldn't even discuss it. I'm very concerned that what looks like a transport department that seems reluctant to subject itself to parliamentary scrutiny, and that can't go on.
This is an option to renew a contract. It's not a new contract. He hasn't done anything wrong, has he? You'd accept that?
I don't know if this is the right decision or the wrong decision. I want to see the detail in order that the rest of us can judge. But one of the things that it does rule out is any possibility for a competitive process that would have included, for example, a public sector bidder. I'm quite open to the idea.
Do you think there would have been one?
I'm quite open to the idea of allowing a public sector bidder. In the past, the SNP has been open to that possibility as well. But the fact that we've now ruled it out, apparently, until 2014, I'm concerned about that. I'm concerned that it's premature. And even if this is a good deal, it could have been a better deal if we knew the detail of what Audit Scotland's going to tell us in just a few months' time. But you don't have any powers to change this, do you? You've got no powers to intervene when your committee questions this Minister. What I'm concerned to do is establish the precedent that the Scottish Government is going to answer Parliament's questions. So far, it seems that the Transport Department seems reluctant to subject itself to those questions, let alone answer them.
But would you agree that with the First Minister's comments there, that they've done nothing wrong? They have played it by the book, they've informed Parliament, even if it was just 3 paragraphs. They've done the right thing. You just object to the tone, perhaps, of the way it was done.
They may have done this in a way that's technically legitimate. We'll find out that when we see the Audit Scotland report, but it certainly seems like bad practice to me to involve no one, to inform no one that this was even being considered. Today in the Chamber, the Minister wasn't able to tell us even when they'd begun contemplating this process, let alone some of the more factual detail that we really need to see. I'm going to make sure that we do see some of that in coming weeks.
All right, Patrick Harvie, please stay with us because I know you've been interested in this next item.